What up, guys and girls? Another brand new video coming at you today. Welcome back to Race Spec F1 Esports. For this time, not your usual Pacific series. This is the F2 Sprint series. Now, basically, this is the finale of season 1 of the Race Spec F2 Sprint series. This has obviously been going on for a little bit. I had my eye on trying to do this event for quite a while now. I did ask, I think, plebs in the sort of lead up to this whether there was any room coming into this like final event. I'm not sure whether it's like round 10 or 12 or something. I don't know off the top of my head. I think it's round 10. I could be wrong. If it's either or, I'll try and rectify it in the title or something anyway. But and he said, yeah, there was plenty of room there. So I decided to take part in this finale. Now, difference with this series here, obviously, is you can see my qualifying lap here. It's one-shot qualifying, so everybody who's taking part in this is obviously doing one-shot qualifying, as we get it all wrong there coming into turn 5 and 6 there. Obviously, these F2 cars are quite different compared to the F1 cars, that is for sure. But yeah, difference with this one is obviously the one-shot qualifying is definitely, because you did the full qualifying session. I think it'd be a bit boring, to be honest. But the other big thing about this one is it is a stock setup. So basically every single driver, no matter who turns up for this race, is basically stuck on the stock setup, which is basically, you know, everything's right down the middle. So you got 6.6 wings, all the suspension and anti-roll bars and all that is all 6.6, like I think it's 75. No, sorry, I'll take that back. The F2 cars are a little bit different compared to in terms of like the on throttle and off throttle sort of thing. But the only thing it can really change in this one is the brake bias to suit you more. That's basically it. So yeah, this should be pretty interesting here. I'm not expecting to win instantly. I mean, this is just basically having a bit of fun here, and this is also it's not just an Australian-based series. There's a few guys that are based overseas, so this is sort of I don't know if you could call it a global event per se, but anyway, we get it wrong coming through turn 20. We actually invalidate our lap time there, coming around the second last corner, and now to turn 21 as Armchair Bikes, I think it is, has actually qualified on pole position there. You can see there my teammate, which is actually going to be plebs this weekend, who told me to basically to get in the Trident, if you haven't worked that out already. So obviously we start last because we got disqualified. Useless is a cat is the other one that got disqualified as well. So Armchair Bikes ahead of oh god, I can't even pronounce that name. If I get it wrong, I'm going to sound horrible. But Dougie Falcons in P3, and then you got Chain Game Wow, I think it is, plebs in P5, then Big I don't really want to say that word either, because I don't want to get demonetized if this video does anyway. But let's get to the race, shall we? So obviously starting from the back, this is obviously going to be showing both the sprint race and the feature race. So to begin with is the feature race under lights, so a bit overcast skies, but never rains in Abu Dhabi. Race strategy wise, obviously I think majority of the guys up in front, and trust me, there's a bit of a difference with the tyre compounds compared to F1, as we're about to set off now for the formation lap here because of the softs and the super soft tyres.
Okay, go through all the gears if you can. We need to make sure the engagement is okay before the start. We're going to want to put some temperature into the tyres and brakes. We need to keep the engine cool though, so don't go too high with the revs.
Thank you, Jeff, as always. So basically, the normal compounds for like an F1 race is like soft, medium, hards. Obviously, there's the different ones for different tracks
Stable at the moment.
of whatnot.
No rain currently expected.
But obviously, in F2, it's just a slight bit of difference. Obviously, yes, the soft tyre is still part of this sort of series, but there's also the good old purple super soft tyre as well, which obviously is quicker rubber, but it does die off quite a lot here, as there's a bit of chaos here on the formation lap. Spilly, and I think that's Big. I don't really want to say that again, so again I apologise, because I do not want to get called out big time here on when this video goes out. But anyway, here we go for the first race. 5 red lights. Very long hole, but let's do it around Yas Marina, as Gasly 10 has gone absolutely nowhere off the start there. I don't know exactly what on earth happened. whether he had the anti-store or something, because it is quite hard actually to get those cars off the line. You can't, it's like obviously you can have lowish revs on the F1 car and you can easily get away, but if you do highish revs, you have to do highish revs. Here, there goes Spilly, who's in the Sauber by Chiru Junior team, I think it is. Oh, now someone else got off it. Zeffy in the Prema car is the good guy who's in the Uni Virtuoso car. I'm trying to give you everybody a rundown here of the F2 cars. So basically running in the F2 2019 cars. If you can't tell already, I'm in the Trident car. I don't know entirely sure which one I'm in. Whether I'm in, it might be in Ralph Boschong's car, I'm not entirely sure, and Plebs might be in Giuliano Alesi's car, but if you don't follow F2, then what the hell is wrong with you, seriously? But anyway, battles going on ahead with the Useless is a Cat. Lovely gamer tag, by the way. Battling F1 Hawk 24 here in the ART. I think he's in Nikita Mazepin's car. Get a decent side view. No, I can't tell from that angle, so basically just trying to settle into a bit of a rhythm here and still trying to work out the braking points here, because you have to brake a hell of a lot earlier in these cars compared to F1. As you can tell there, coming through turn 17 there, didn't quite work out in the end. Good guy behind, still right on the outside here, trying to go around the outside, but we sort of squeeze him out a little bit there. I think good guys in, obviously I mentioned the Uni Virtuoso cars, yellow flags ahead. There might have been a bit of chaos behind here, but he's going to have a move up the inside and he gets a move done. He's actually in Guan Yu Zhou's car there. Is a good guy, so we drop back to P11. We survived lap 1 somehow. I don't know how, but anyway, there's now going to turn 1. Oh, someone got very sideways there coming out of turn 1 there. Might have been Useless as a Cat. I'm not entirely sure, but someone's into the pit lane already as we go flying there. That probably won't be the first time you see that this race, because you literally, you can, once you understeer there, you're basically just a passenger and you can literally go flying. Haven't seen any cars go flying yet in an F2 car, but there's our first track limits warning. There's a battle ahead there. Can't actually work it out who it is that's in the battle here, but you lot will probably be able to see who it is in front there, because I can't tell, and I'm not used to somebody's gamer tag, so big apologies to those guys in front. There's Useless as a Cat, and there's a big... Oh no, we got around. We got caught up on the back end, I think, of the good guy there, and fortunately, we just got caught in the wrong place at the wrong time, I think, and we're now dropped back to P12 there, and we lost a heap of ground now, and we've actually got a bit of front wing damage as well, which I was a bit surprised at the time, but yeah, anyway, we'll just try and carry on for the rest of the race. Now, I did try and find some other tiny bit of footage from around. There was a few guys that had their footage, like in what Race Spec has a share your media tab in the Discord. So basically, I was trying to find any footage here. So I may have got some footage off of there. So yeah, so they're on board here with Chain Game Wow, I think this is. They're obviously going side by side here with Plebs. And I didn't realise as well, you can actually change the tyre compounds on what you start on here. So there's a few guys that are starting on the softs. And obviously Plebs, my teammate, is on the super soft tyres. He's going to go around the outside there, no can do there. Managed to hang on for the time being. That might have been explained what happened with the F1 Hawk there behind. But now Plebs will try and get around here. Don't be surprised if you see a little bit of lagging forwards and backwards here, because like I said, there's a few guys from overseas here, and obviously our Australian internet's not brilliant compared to everybody else's, but mine included, but I'm not on the NBN compared to everybody, most Aussies here, but it's a battle, good battle here for the lead here. I think that's Dougie Falcons there in the other ART, and obviously Armchair Bike, and I'll get that game tag right in a second. There's Plebs, and Chain Game actually made a little bit of contact there, but somehow got away with it, but didn't quite get a run there, unfortunately, in the end. But here's a replay of what happened here. So Useless is a Cat going out the inside of, should I just say it? It's Big Donga, really. I don't know why I said it there, but it just got caught up behind the good guy there. And fortunately, that was pretty much it sort of went down the drain a little bit there, but
Caution.
it was fairly decent all around. But anyway, we'll skip ahead to lap 3's yellow flags ahead, and someone's gone way off the road there. I think that's F1 Hawk. I think it is. Yes, it is. He's way off the road there. Literally wanting to go back to the hotel at this point in time, I think. But he might be actually right now about now because he's now retired from the race. So not a great day all around for F1 Hawk here. But of course, there's still the sprint race to come a little bit later on as well. As you see, back we go to Chain Game Wow, trying to put more pressure again on Plevs. And like I said, tyre disparity is because you start on the super softs, you have quite good grip, but it will literally die very, very quickly here as up the inside he goes on Plevs. There's Chain Game Wow, I think this is. I hope I've got this one right. I hope.
Brilliant. Nice move.
Gets the move done. But back we go to our point of view.
Yellow flag.
There's a yellow flag ahead. Oh, hello, there's the good guy. I don't know exactly what happened there, whether he's actually trying to get into the pit lane and it's sort of resetting the track, or whether he reset the track himself. I don't actually know, but anyway, we're up at the P10, so we're just obviously trying to get away from him here, but that's not going to help our cause getting on the curve there on the exit here. Now, obviously, the beauty of the feature race is basically, well, if you start, obviously. Oh, never mind, we've gone for a spin here, so now our race is out gone down the drain here. But the beauty of this is, like, feature race, obviously.
Our data shows the tyres are okay right now. We anticipate good levels of grip for the next few laps at least.
Front tyres will be wearing quite a bit because I've got a lot of brake pressure on, obviously, because I had literally no idea. Plevs has now come into the pit lane here, but basically, what was I trying to say here? Obviously, the feature race, basically the top 8 pretty much get reversed. So whoever wins this feature race will pretty much get reverted back to P8. And the beauty of being in P8 for the sprint race is that you get to start off pole. And you'll be able to see a bit later on as we get our first penalty of the race. As Dr. Dre and my teammate have obviously entered the pits. I think we're just going to manage to come out ahead of Plevs here. We have lost quite a lot of ground actually to the good guy in front there, so that's nearly not ideal. But back to the front we go. There's Dougie Falcons up the inside of, again, I'm probably going to get that name wrong. Foisenbowl. Again, I do apologise if I got the gamer tag wrong, and it's a bit hard to tell because I probably should have written it down somewhere, but I'm pretty sure it is Fujian Bowl or something along those lines there. But yeah, I don't want to sound like I'm racist or anything, but anyway, back we go to our point of view, lap 7. And it literally is going to be a matter of time here before Plevs was just going to catch up and get onto the back of the rear end here, because just literally struggling here. I just wanted to bring the car home at this point in time. But I mean, if we gain one more spot, we obviously we finish in P8, and obviously we would start from pole position for the next race. But there you go, just decided to pretty much let Plevs go into turn 11, I should say. Just seeing it on the track map there, but turn 11, and you'll be able to see he managed to pull a big gap in front there. So literally just pulled away massively there next couple of laps. But we lock up going down into turn 8 there. And we've got a bit of a gap behind to Dr. Dre as well, which is a bit of an added bonus here. As Dougie Falcons he's just come out of the pit lane. Yes, he has. So he's well and truly ahead of us. He's on the super soft tyres, so should be able to make it to the end, although got to be careful on the tyre wear to the end of the race. And now lap 11, Spilly.
In this lap, push now.
There's a few guys in the pit lane here, as I think Chain Game Wow's another one. That's obviously we're going to, I think, pit at the end of this lap. And obviously we'll have a look here on board with Chain Game Wow. The pit stops are a little bit different compared to your normal F1 team where you have a lot of crew here. F2, you pretty much have a wheel and tyre for all 4. Literally, like you have a wheel and tyre gunman for pretty much everything. So they literally take the tyres off, put the tyres on. So simple. Compared to the F1, we got a couple of guys holding a tyre, then putting the new tyre, taking it off and then putting the new tyre back on. But you're following behind Fujian Bowl. Like I said, I apologise if I get the gamer tag wrong there. Again, I probably should have written this down somewhere, but Dougie Falcons didn't quite get the jump in the end on the Uni Virtuoso driver in front there. I think he's actually in Luca Giotto's car there. Dougie goes wide for a move down the outside, but doesn't quite come off there. I don't think Chain Game Wow could quite get him in the end there, but we're literally pushing right to the limit at this stage, and I think the tyres have just pretty much seen and had it here, but it's just going as long as I can, and just being able to make sure that the super soft tyres can get to the end of the race as we get the car slow down here. I think we're not the only ones. There's a few other cars that have come in. I think good guys come in. There's probably a few others that have come in. We'll obviously drop spots here, but there you go. So Wheeler Tyre Man, I'm literally on every tyre here, so a little bit different.
Complete, go now.
And away we go. So onto the super soft tyres we go, and I think we should come out pretty safely here in P11. Zeffy's way behind on the track here.
We'll receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross.
It's interesting the tunnel effects there coming out of the Abu Dhabi, the pit lane there. That's quite obviously, I didn't even realise at the time because I've not raced Abu Dhabi quite a lot, so quite a very innovative move there. And of course the team didn't change the front wing at this point, so not that it mattered too much later on in the race here. But anyway, back we go to Chain Game Wow, who's trying to make a move here on Dougie up the inside. Close, not quite close enough here. I think he's trying to go for the crisscross. No, not really quite close enough here. But you can tell from these point of views that not much was happening on my screen. There was quite a bit of a battle going on here. And mind you, these guys are still battling away, even though everyone's on the same stock setup. So now Chain Game Wow finally gets the move done on Dougie Falcons. I don't think Dougie will be done quite with yet, I don't think. Going around the outside. Actually, both get DRS. One of them, maybe Chain Game Wow, probably just the only one that's got the DRS is Plebs and Fusian Boy or something like. Again, I apologise in advance, but anyway, these last few laps as we get a 3-second time penalty.
A time penalty for that last incident.
So that's another time penalty. Not that it mattered too much. I think we should be able to manage this gap to the end as we just run it in a little deep again, coming into turn 17 here. But you'll see at the end of this lap, we set one of our personal bests.
We're trailing our teammate by 42.1 seconds.
The 53.855 on that lap there, but that didn't turn out to be our fastest lap overall. But now Chain Game Wow's putting pressure here on Plebs. Obviously the difference on the tyre compounds here. Go around the outside, don't mind if you do. And gets the move done, does Chain Game Wow. So up into, what was that, P3 or P2? I can't actually work it out at this point in time, but yes, Plebs will come back here. Might be P3, I'm not entirely, yeah, it is P3. He tries to go around the outside, but Chain Game Wow's not having none of that and just, I think, manages to hang on for the time being. Zeffy retired later on at the end of the race. Yeah, don't think he had much to fight for anyway, but 53.7 on that last lap there. This was obviously our fastest lap overall here in this feature race here. But back we go to Chain Game Wow here, and that's actually Armchair Bike, I think, in front there. Looks to me like he's sort of struggling a little bit here. You can see the slide coming out of turn 14 here, and this will be just easy pickings for Chain Game Wow up into P2, and Fusian Bowl, I should say, actually goes on to win the race. So Plusian Boy, I actually read it now. So again, like I said, I apologise to the game. Go get the gamer tag wrong in the end, but he goes on to win the Grand Prix. We're going to come home in P11 to begin the feature race. So definitely not the ideal position you want to be in. We're actually the last of the runners to finish, so we were quite the way off there. The race there. Anyway, so there's the podium. So Plusian Boy, I think it is, Plusian Bowl, I think, got the race victory over Chain Game Wow, and I think Plebs actually managed to get onto the podium as well. By the looks of things, we'll take a look at the results screen in a second as we get a nice bit of XP there, up into rank number 20. I've only had a few races on the PS4, but there you go. Lucian Bowl wins the Grand Prix ahead of Armchair Bike, and Plebs managed to get on to P3 there. Chain Game, wow. Don't know exactly what happened to him there. I thought he was a decent shot there, but anyway, something must have happened to him there. But obviously we finish up in P11 and a couple of guys DNF. Now to the sprint race. Pretty much we're stuck here in P11, but Plusian Ball actually had to leave the session. I think for some unknown reason, might have been to eat or something. I can't even remember off the top of my head, but perfectly clear skies for the sprint race, and it's pretty much a no stop here. So you're basically on the harder compounded tyres. So we're about to get it set off now for the formation lap for the second time.
Launch map is good, but we need to learn the gears, so go into each one when you can. We're going to need some work on the brakes, so put some energy into them and warm the tyres as well, please.
As always, thank you, Jeff. So basically, everybody is basically on this sort of same sort of harder compound tyre, and you basically have to take it to the end of the race. So there's Dr. Dre go for a little spin underneath the hotel section. So you just made the video. Thank you, kind sir. So, but you can see obviously there's one grid spot missing because of Plusian Bowl leaving earlier. But obviously 16 laps of the feature race, but this one's a little bit less. Here we go for the sprint race here at Abu Dhabi. 5 red lights. Let's do it around Jasperina Circuit yet again, and we're on board with Chain Game Whale as well on the top right. Then they're getting squeezed into the wall there. I think that's from Spilly there in Sauber by Charu, junior team by Charu. We lose a couple of spots, I think. Oh no, it's actually we kept P11 there. We might be under attack here from Zephy in P12. I think majority of these guys managed to hang around for the sprint race as well. As there goes Chain Game Whale on the inside of Plebs. There's a couple of guys that have gone straight ahead down at the chicane here. It's literally battling. It's a good guy and F1 Hawk that have gone straight ahead. There might have been a little bit of battling going on here with Chain Game Wow, maybe getting to the side of Spilly there. Now he's going side by side with Spilly. Now we're onto the back here of F1 Hawk, and there's Zeffy keeping close arms here. They're going 3 wide here, going down into turn 8. This is never going to end well here. They're trying to get a squeeze on F1 Hawk there, who is in Nikita Mazepin's car, but he goes for a little bit of spin there. Not sure whether he's made contact with Dr. Dre. It might have been in the background there. So literally it's all guns blazing here for the sprint race. Oh, there's more contact and the good guys going around. It's 3 wide. Now Zeffy and those guys are battling away here and around. Oh no, now Zeffy's gone as well. Spilly, that was the other car I was trying to mention there, but somehow we avoided all that. We're up at the P9. Not that it matters too much here in the end here, but you see Spilly giving it his absolute all here, coming around final couple of corners here. They're now virtual safety car.
The virtual safety car is out. Reduce speed and maintain a positive delta. Drop your speed. Our delta is too low and we risk a penalty. Slow your pace immediately.
Yeah, not sure exactly why that was, what that was for, but I think might have been maybe for Zeffy or maybe good guy. I'm not entirely sure, but you probably saw that Zeffy actually left the session, so I'm going to guess that was for him. I'm not entirely sure there in the end, but F1 Hawk does retire into the pit lane as well, so he's pretty much had a shocking weekend. So overall an ART, so we're literally down to, I don't know exactly, 10, 11 runners, I think, left. We're trying to get a good restart off this virtual safety car. You do not want to get over that delta time, otherwise you could be pinged either a time penalty or a drive-through penalty, which is could literally end your race here as his yellow flags. Another car off the road. He's useless as a cat. Has gone off the road here, and literally he's going to take a big shortcut here and try to get back into the racing, a bit more. But now going side by side here with Spilly. The good guy now has retired from the Grand Prix. I think he's done that before turn 2. I'm not sure. Oh, useless as a cat, trying to. He almost nearly slammed into the back there of Spilly. So literally everything's happening as he literally comes straight back onto the track there. I would not be surprised if he got an illegal overtake for that, but I think he's going to pull over to the side here. Maybe let us through here. Yes, he does. So we're up into P7 here. So I would dare say for sure he would have got an illegal overtake. Would not be surprised at all there. But so we'll jump aboard here back into the front here. This is on board with Armchair bike here. They're battling side by side here with Gasly. They've cut the corner there, but how about that for a crisscross, mind you, up the side of Gasly 10 there, and manages to get back up into the podium positions here. Plebs is in front there and and I don't know who the leader is at the moment. Is yellow flag. Oh, hello. Speaking of Plebs, he's had a bit of a spin there, so he's now back behind me. So that was a bit of an awkward moment there, I must say, with the teammates. Thankfully, the ghosting system is on. Otherwise, all carnage would have happened there. That is for sure. But track limits warning there. As I think Dougie Falcons at the fast lap now. Chain game. Wow. Now it's at the fastest lap. As we get a little bit sideways off the final corner and lose the spot to Plebs. So now pretty much just trying to stick in behind him here for hopefully the rest of this race here. But trying to get into his DRS. Obviously we have the DRS, I should say. Trying to pull away as well from Useless as a cat, but don't really want to get too caught up behind a little bit here. But want to make it a fair battle here if we can actually get past Plebs, but we're not really quite close enough in the end. Didn't quite get the drive in the end. Didn't obviously have enough for getting a move into turn 11 there, but now Plebs have started to pull away. Excuse me, a little bit here. And Useless as a cat is trying to close in here. But we'll go for an on-board lap here because this is actually my fastest lap in the sprint race. So here we go through turn 2 and turn 3. Obviously, if you go on the steering off, you'll be flying over to the left-hand side there. Ferrari World in the background there, if you just caught the glimpse of it. Now into turn 5 and 6, the tricky corner here. Now into the turn 7 hairpin here. So just missed the apex a little bit, not too bad, but we're keeping ahead of Useless as a cat. We're keeping in touch as well with Plebs.
Our gap to the car in front is 0.8 seconds. They're on old softs. Their tyres are 4 laps old. The time last lap was a 1 minute 53.3. You're losing around 7/10 a lap.
Getting updates about penalties wise, but Plebs is keeping it clean at the moment here as we go through turn 8 and 9. They're clean so far.
The gap is less than a second. They're on old softs. Their tyres are 4 laps old. The time last lap was a 1:53.9.
Okay, so Useless as a cat has got no penalties either. I think we've got 0 penalties either as well. So we're going green again through second 2 here. Nice run through turns 11, 12 and 13 there. Surprised they didn't actually get a corner card warning there. They might be a bit strict on certain corners, but maybe not on others there. But anyway, through turn 17, Burst managed to get the car slow down this time. Look at the reflection of the hotel. That looks pretty decent, doesn't it? Now through turn 19, avoid that tyre barrier wall there if you can, as Dougie sets another fastest lap with a 52.4, I think it was. But Plebs getting a little bit sideways coming off the penultimate corner of turn 20. But just managed to make it through the corner of turn 21. And we set a 53 flat. Not quite quick enough compared to the leaders, but hey, it'll have to do for the time being.
The gap behind us is 0.8 seconds. They're on old softs. Their tyres are 5 laps old. The time last lap was a 1:53.4.
Under attack now from Useless as a cat. As he tries to go around the outside, and I think he's going to actually do it here. Yes, he does. So up into position 7 for the Useless as a cat. Not entirely sure as we get a 3-second time penalty.
The time penalty will go against our finishing time at the end
I
of the
think
race.
he's in the MP Motorsport car, but I'm not entirely sure which one he's in, whether it's the... who was in the first part of it, I can't actually remember, but whether he's the famous god Mahavir Gunathan or whether he's the other one that was in that team at the time. I'm not entirely sure who it was, but he's actually in AI mode here for some unknown reason, and a little bit of a close battle catching up to him again on lap 7 here. So we're trying to do the over and under treatment here as we're trying to get the good drive out of the corner. We managed to hang on for now, so we're into his DRS stream, so we're now going to try do what he did to us earlier on. Let's go around the outside here into turn 11. Crank as deep as we can, and we just managed to get the position as we get a track limits warning there again.
P7.
So that was a pretty decent move. So we're now up into 7th place, and obviously Plebs is really starting to pull away quite a bit here. It's lap 8. I think there's been a bit of chaos behind here with Useless as a cat, and I think not entirely sure who the other car was. Might have been Big Donga there as well. So And then there's more drama. Then, yeah, if you saw then, he's retired Big Donga from the Grand Prix. Probably would have set another personal best lap time, but I must have buggered up somewhere along the line. But useless as a cat, retires in the pit lane, so yeah, literally dropping like flies very, very quickly.
Is 32.4 seconds. They're on old softs. Their tyres are 8 laps old. The time last lap was a 1 minute 58.3. They have a time penalty of 6.0.
Quite, excuse me, trying to avoid yawning as there's yellow flags ahead. We've got quite a big gap ahead. Behind to Dr. Dre, and obviously you saw someone had spun out there. I think it's actually Gasly 10, because you'll see on board with chain game. Wow, there he goes, literally just set the fastest lap of the race, and then there's a bit of a spin there, coming off the between turns 1 and 2 there. Very unusual spot, I must say. There's more yellow flags ahead, and a bit of front wing debris going around there. We get a word from Jeff in a second.
Car ahead has a damaged front wing. It will be losing some performance.
We're getting very, very sideways there as we set off now for the final lap.
Final lap of the race.
On the sprint race, but the P6 definitely still on the line here, I think, because look, it's Spilly going literally every which way off the racing line there. But then obviously he's got front wing damage till the end of this race, and I think he's actually gone flying there. May have taken out there. There goes the polystyrene sign there. Literally he's chucking polystyrene every which way you can there. But anyway, we're now starting to close him in here on into turn 11. You see his turning won't be too good through this section of corners through here. He's struggling quite a lot here, is Spilly. But now see if we can try and get past him here. Coming through into the hotel section, he goes very wide without a front wing there. And into turn 17 we go. I think we'll go through the corner here. No, we're not. We've made contact. Dougie goes on to win the Grand Prix. But Spilly somehow gets past us there, and I think he's actually going to let us go here. But I wasn't sure whether that was sort of payback after what happened. Obviously, if you saw the Race Spec Pacific Series at Azerbaijan, you would have known that obviously I tangled with Spilly, but I wasn't sure whether that was payback or not for that one. But anyway, he gave the spot back. Well, across the line in P6, but I think it'll drop to P7, do we? No, actually stay in P6 there in the end. So, yeah, great work there from Spilly as well for sort of giving the spot back. I think he might have put his hand up there in the end there. So, there's the podium. So, Dougie Falcons and the Sauber team by Charoux, Sauber Junior team by Charoux, goes on to win the Grand Prix, and it's the other cars of, I don't actually know who it was in the end. We'll check it out once the final results screen come up. So Dougie wins the Grand Prix ahead of Armchair Bikes, and it just put me off because it's in the BWT Arden car. But then by the chain game, wow, they got Plez in 4th, Gasly, myself, Spilly, Dr. Dre, Useless as a Cat, Big Donga, then all the others DNF out of the race. You can see the overall point score for the weekend. We finished up in P9, I think. We only need 4 points, so we get a decent top 10. I think Plez managed P3 from memory or somewhere along those lines. But yeah, that was a lot of fun in the end. I don't have the full championship table set up for this final race, but I know for sure this was the final race of Season 1. Not sure entirely whether there's going to be another season of this or not, or whether they're going to wait till F1 2020 comes out. Hopefully the F2 cars can come out in F1 2020 as well. But yeah, that was certainly an interesting sort of race. If you did enjoy it, be sure to give it a big smash on that like button. As always, leave your comments down below. Subscribe to my channel for plenty more race spec F1 esports content on F1 2019, plus plenty more video gaming content as well. As always, all my social media links will be down in the description. Plus, you can check out the links to the Race Spec F1 Esports YouTube channel, the Twitter and the Instagram channel. I don't think this race was actually live streamed. I think it was planned to, but I don't think the live stream actually happened in the end. So, yeah, anyway. But, yeah, till the next one, which I don't know when that'll be, it is goodbye, and I'll see you all next time.